Hey, Klesso here. Welcome to Grand Arena. This is Season 8, and this is Round 2. I won the first round. We can go ahead and take a look at that. We didn't get to see that at the end of the last episode because my opponent didn't attack until very late, and I wanted to get the video out before, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Round 3, round 1. So I won. This was my opponent in the last time. I like this because you can review it and you can see, what they did well, what they didn't do well. As you can see, I cleared everything on the first attempt. And let's see how he did on my character defense. He tried my triple tank scoundrel team once and didn't go back in. He didn't load turn meter, so that was good. He didn't even attempt the Revan team, which is weird because he kept his Revan. So he should have been able to take out my Revan. That was always the first place I'd probably start. Take out a Revan. Didn't struggle against the Z-Maul team. Didn't struggle against my Night Sisters. I'm guessing he used Traya there. Bounty Hunters, that goofed him up a little bit, and my First Order team with a couple tanks screwed him up a little bit. The droid team, he beat on the first attempt. So that was round 1. Now we're in round 2. Let's go. Let's see. Now my opponent today is excellent. This is honestly probably going to be one of the hardest ones I've ever done. When I was going through his roster, and I'll show you, it's one of the hardest I've ever seen at, theoretically my same level. He's big into ships. He's got a ton of ship characters that you don't use for anything but ships at gear 12. So that'll tell you that he's really into ships. But he's got way better mods than me. He's got more important tunes than I have at gear 12 with Zetas. As you can see here, first and foremost, this Grievous. Now, Grievous wasn't as good as everyone thought he was going to be, but it's still a really good team. So, you almost have to use CLS against it as a hard counter. So, that right there scared me. Because with him having that droid team, I knew I'd see it on defense, and that takes away another meta from me. And this is the first time ever I actually didn't put my Revan on defense because I didn't think I'd have a chance at clearing the board if I did put Revan on defense. So I kept my Revan this time, and I hope I can clear the board, and I'm still not sure that I can, if I'm being honest. We're going to do our best. But he's got a really good all-around team. And one thing I always like to do is once you go to their roster, go and sort by speed. That'll give you a good idea of where they're at. Let's see where his Revan's at. 313. It's exactly the same as mine. If he set his Revan, I'm keeping my Revan. And then it's just going to be, a coin toss on who goes first because it's the exact same speed. So that kind of makes me nervous. But it's not a big deal. If you're used to doing arena on a day-to-day basis with Revan, then you're used to going first sometimes and going second sometimes. You just got to know what to do depending on which one that is. And it's not that hard. Famous last words. Alright. So what else has he got? Let's check out the Bounty Hunters. The Bounty Hunters are just okay. So that I'm not too scared about. It's this droid team. He's got the Zeta on B1, Zeta on B2, couple Zetas on Grievous. So he went pretty hard after that Grievous, after the rework. And it's a good team. It's nothing, sure, it doesn't beat Revan every time. But show me a bunch of teams that do every time other than Revan. Trey is pretty consistent. You can kind of get away with a CLS or JTR with Nest here and but it's not 100%. And more importantly, he's got me beat on mods, and I'll show you that right here. If you look here, this is a bot on Discord where you can put in their ally code and it'll, kind of compare you guys side by side. He's got 13 more 6-dot mods than me. He's got almost 100 more 10 plus speed mods than me. I mean, he beats me on every level. Mod wise, this guy is off the charts compared to me. And I'm okay. I mean, I thought it was okay, but this is going to be a tough one. And I knew that going into it. So that's why, for the very first time, I did not set my Revan. Because I didn't want to get caught with my pants down and not be, like, if I use my Trey counter to beat his Revan, if he set Revan, then I can't use Traya to take out his potentially Night Sister Nest or Kira Nest or, anything with Nest. I kind of want to use my Traya team. And with that droid team, that was the seal the deal, do not set your Revan. Because that's just one too many meta. I'm going to use my CLS on that, where I normally could use that for something else. And I don't have that opportunity this time. So let's see what he set. I'll show you what I set. All that good stuff. Let's get into it. This is round 2. Now it's 11:06 p.m. Eastern time. He hasn't attacked yet. I don't know if he's being patient or he's in a different time, maybe he's over in Europe. I don't know where this guy's at, but or maybe he's just seeing what I do and then he'll base what he does off of what I do. I don't know. But anyway, here's what I set. Here's my defense. And it's the exact same defense I set last round, except the Zam Wessel team, Bounty Hunter team, with Zaris and Janosin Soldier. I just put in, that would be my Revan team. Everything else is pretty much the same as what I normally set. I got my Night Sister Nest, my crew with a couple tanks, a droid team, nowhere near as good as his droid team. I got my Bounty Hunters, Django lead, put Shore Trooper in there. I really like that pre-taunt. It really gets things going. If he takes JTR in there, there's a good chance he'll have to get by Shore Trooper, use Ray's, wipe away move to get rid of the taunt. And then by then, Bosca's going to taunt. And then they'll have to work on him. And while they're working on him, Django's going to lay down that burning. That's kind of the idea on that. Cross your fingers, hope it works. It's definitely worked on me before, I'll say that. I got my Scoundrel team, and I put Captain Han in there because he revives. So if you go after Vandor, because that's what you usually want to do, you want to go after Vandor so he doesn't revive anybody. And then, so you kill him, but then Captain Han brings him right back. And then if he gets prepared again, then he can, it's a cycle. So God willing, my defense trips him up a little bit. But let's take a look. Here's my fleet. This is the standard. If you have Millennium Falcon, this is what a lot of people set. This is that Mace timeout team. It's really good. But if you have Millennium Falcon, you're probably going to end up saving it just so you can defeat this team. And if they set Millennium Falcon, that's pretty much your only chance of beating theirs. I've seen, different little trick teams that can technically beat Millennium Falcon, but it's not consistent. So I don't see anyone that has Millennium Falcon being brave enough to set it on defense yet, because you got to keep that as your ace in the hole. So let's take a look at what they set on defense. And Revan right up front, I kind of knew that was coming, and that actually makes me happy. Makes me think that I did a good job of keeping mine, because that can just, God willing, cancel each other out. He's got a Z-Maul team, he's got a Scoundrel team, but he put Nest in his Scoundrel team, which was really, 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 really smart, because his Night Sisters are pretty darn good, and I don't want to try my troopers against those Night Sisters. My troopers are okay, they're all right, but if you got to be able to take out zombie real fast, real early, and his zombie's pretty fat. And my Imperial troopers are only gear 11, so that kind of worries me. Bounty hunters aren't that good. He's got a Rogue One team with Fulcrum in there. I'm not that worried about that. But this droid team, that droid team is excellent. He even has HK lead, which will give turn meter on crits. So that could be tricky. I'm going to use my CLS against that. And that's specifically what I knew was going to happen. I assumed he was going to use Grievous as the lead, but HK lead is nothing to slouch at too, especially before the rework, before they nerf it. It's good. So what I'm looking at is I'm going to use my Revan on their Revan. I want to use Nihilus at least on that Scoundrel team with Nest, so I can annihilate Nest, because Nest can be nasty. Normally, I like when Nest is with Night Sisters, and I'll just use my, Traya, Nihilus, and do it that way, but he split it up, because he probably knew that my troopers probably aren't up to the task of taking out his Night Sisters. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think I'm going to bother even trying that. This droid team, I'm definitely going to use CLS. Bounty hunters, I got a decision to make. Do I go for the easy win and use my resistance, my JTR team, and I know that's going to win? Or do I use my Palpatine team that works pretty well most of the time? And if you check out Bossk, it's nothing crazy. He's got some pretty good speed, but not much extra tenacity. Now the lead gives a bonus 50% tenacity, so that takes him up to about 63, let's say, percent, which is pretty good, but it's nothing to write home about. So technically, my Palpatine Empire team can do this, but I don't know if I'm willing to take any chances this round, because I've got a very, very good idea that he's going to clear my board. So I want to do everything I can to clear his board, which is why I kept my Revan for the first time ever. He's just got too much good stuff. He's got an advantage on mods, and this is going to be a tough one. But that being said, we'll do what we always do, and any counters that I know I'm going to use, let's get those out of the way. Let's see what happens. Then whatever's left, we'll go from there. So we'll do Revan first. Why not? Now, I could probably take my Bastila off and create an other team because her lead is so good, but I'm used to using Bastila, and if you want to be efficient and you want to maximize your chance of winning, then you should use what you're used to. And even then, I could lose this. I mean, his team is modded very, very well. We have the same speed Revans, but I think everyone else, his Grandmaster Yoda, his Jolee, his GK, they're all faster than my team, so things could go south quick. But here we go. Hey, I get to go first. Even though same speed, RNG gave it to me. So if I get to go first, then I am definitely throwing down on his Revan. Now I actually don't want to do his AoE because his Hermit Yoda is hiding, which will make mine hide, and then they'll steal it, and then his will hide. So I'm going to hope that this kills him. Perfect. So I already burned Savior. That couldn't have went any better. You can see how much faster his team, they're getting all these moves off before normally my Bastila gets to go in between there. And it didn't. Alright, so I'm just going to use my basic here, because I don't want his Yoda to steal Retribution if I did that. I'll pass these buffs around now. Just going to use some little basics. Because all I'm doing is buying time. I want their Jolee to bring Revan back, and then I don't want their GK to taunt. And as soon as Revan comes back, I'll kill him again, and then after that, okay, here we go. Now, let's kill their Revan. Come on. Come on. Okay. Perfect. Now, let's start getting their Jolie. You always want to wait for their Jolie to bring back whoever you kill first, whether that's Grandmaster Yoda, because you went second, so you targeted their Grandmaster Yoda, or you went first, and you targeted their Revan. Just take your time. It's one of those things where it's counterintuitive, because Revan teams can time out, but that's only if you don't play it right. See, I'm done. I can literally auto this now. In fact, I think I will. The trick is, it's real easy. If you go first, you kill their Revan. If you go second, you kill their Grandmaster Yoda. And then whichever one it is, it's fine, doesn't matter. Then just, whatever you do, you just don't want their General Kenobi to taunt. So just use basics and whatnot. And then as soon as their Jolie brings back whichever one that was, kill them again. And then go after their Jolie. And you'll win essentially 100% of the time, I would think. I don't lose. So I found that strategy works darn near perfectly. And one tricky thing with that, what you saw earlier in the battle, was their Hermit Yoda was stealthed. And if you use your Grandmaster Yoda to steal buffs, it'll also stealth. And then their Grandmaster Yoda will steal that from you, and then you can't attack their Grandmaster Yoda. And that can prolong the battle, if not make you lose. So if their Grandmaster Yoda, or if their Hermit Yoda is stealthed, I don't steal the buffs, because that just gives them an advantage on their next turn. Alright, so that's one battle done. What else do we know we're going to do? Alright, we know we're going to take out these droids with CLS. Now, the question here is, how hard should we go at this? Do we put C-3PO in there? Or do we not even need C-3PO? This is a tough one. What do I want to do? I know I want to use CLS. Let's go down to Rebels. Commander Luke. Chewie. Han. Old Ben. Now. I don't want to take any chances. We'll put 3PO in there. Hopefully this is overkill. That's a good day if it is. So, here we go. And we're going to target Grievous first. That's one nice thing about this. Because Han's going to... Okay, right here. You can see HK has that death mark, but we'll use Luke's ability. And then we'll get rid of Grievous. Alright. From there, it, shouldn't be that big of a deal, honestly. Alright, let's get some turn meter. Let's get rid of this B2. I've had enough of him. We'll call Chewie, or Han. Or no, we won't, because he has buff immunity. Holy cow. See if we can get a stun. Oh, we got a stun. Alright, screw you. Alright. Alright, pretty easy. CLS is pretty much the hard counter to General Grievous teams. Usually, especially as good as that team could have been, General Grievous probably is a better lead, but HK is a good lead. I used it for my lead, but I don't have the Zetas on Grievous. Otherwise, I might have done that. But HK is a great droid leader, and that's why a lot of people are upset with this rework coming for the Darth Revan kit to make it synergize. They're nerfing the leader ability for other droids. That way that in the future, if they make droids that have crit AoE, it doesn't create a loop with HK's lead. So, Alright. Man, decisions. I can go light, take my chances against this bounty hunter team. Boy, oh boy. Or I can just use GK JTR, because I know that works. It's probably going to be super easy. Well, if you know what you're going to do, you know what you're going to do. Resistance. Let's do... Yeah, there we go. Man, that's overkill. That's so much overkill. I don't know if we need to do that. Let's save Hermit Yoda. Resistance. Rey. Classic Phase 1 Sith team. Yeah. No regrets. Let's do it. Let's get rid of that turn meter. Hide everyone. Zam can wreck stuff. Let's see if we can't get her out of there quicker than later. Got a stun. Alright, Zam's gone. That's good. Cad. Let's get some burning going. Bosk has ability block, so I'm not too worried about that. As long as he's got that, he can't throw his taunt up. But it's about time to work on him regardless. Get rid of some of that turn meter. Let's see what we can do to Boba. Boba can wreck stuff with his big hit. Especially with all the buffs. It's gonna revive. See if we can get a stun here. Got it. Alright. This is going great. Not to jinx myself. I probably could have got away with my Palpatine team. Save this for maybe that Z-Maul team. But man, I did not want to take any chances. I've gotten burned. Well, only once, if I'm being honest. In the last territory war, my Palpatine team has worked every time against bounty hunters, especially with low tenacity. Like, it had no extra tenacity. It wasn't doing anything special. And for whatever reason, for the first time ever, I've done it over and over and over, but it didn't work. It made me look dumb. I don't want to look dumb with you guys. So I'll take the sure win now. So, alright, what do we got left? I would really enjoy if that nest was with the Night Sisters. That would help me out a lot. It would make this decision way easier. I don't want to use my Imperial troopers against those Night Sisters. That scares me. But Nest scares me too, and I want to annihilate her. So I think, I've never done it before, but I think I'm going to split up my Sith Triumvirate to try to get wins in both of those. I don't have much of a... I don't think I got much of a choice, if I'm being honest. Alright, what do we want to do? Alright, let's go after this scoundrel team. Let's do a Rex Wampa variant. Where's Nihilus? Throw Nihilus on there. Who else do we want to throw on there? Anyone worth a darn? Someone's sturdy. Let's give Hermit Yoda. Not doing anything. So is that spy? Yeah, spy. He dispels, right? Dispel all. Okay. That might work. There's a little bit of a hodgepodge team. I just want to be able to annihilate people. Hopefully I don't time out getting stuck behind taunts and whatnot. I think I'll be okay. I feel pretty good about this. Hopefully it doesn't screw me up for the Night Sister team. Alright. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Keep going. Hey, oh, man, I just got 5. I will take that. Where's Vandor? Get rid of him. Come on. Dispel? Yep. Dispel? Yep. Tenacity up. Big hit. Okay. Do another force drain. Got him. And do whatever you want. We're just buying time. Just buying time till we can annihilate stuff. Come on. Okay. Who are we going to take out? Let's take out L3. Wampa should start getting pretty darn strong here. Start wrecking stuff. More tenacity. Let's dispel. Okay. Got him. Having Hermit Yoda's on there. Proving to be pretty smart, if I say so myself. Let's get another force drain. Got a few there. Big hit. Let's switch over. We got it. Let's get that on Nihilus. Yeah. Reduce a cooldown. Oh yeah, that's going good. Now a lot of people, they'll go in with unused slots and whatnot. I am not that brave, especially tonight. If I win on my first attempt, that is a major victory for me, considering the disadvantage I'm at with mods and all that. And characters. Okay, perfect. Annihilates up. Bingo. First attempt. I'll take it. All day, every day. It's not 60 banners. It's not 62 banners. Whatever. I don't care. I want to win. If he beats me on efficiency, so be it. Alright. Let's take a little break. Let's do some fleet. What did he set in fleet? He set the exact same thing I did. Okay. So that's no big deal. It didn't matter what he set. I'm going to use my Millennium Falcon. I checked earlier. My Akbar, his speed is maxed out at 179. His Akbar is 178. So even if he was ballsy enough to set his Akbar, mine possibly would have went. He's got a maxed out Bistan. I could max out my Bistan. I just never have, because I haven't ever needed to. Normally I use these two with Houndstooth, but I set Houndstooth on defense, so I will use Biggs. in lieu of that, bring in Phantom, Cassian, Poe, and the other Millennium Falcon as last, just in case. I won't need any of that. I doubt I need more than 1 or 2 reinforcements. These Mace timeout teams used to be so horrible before the Millennium Falcon got here. It was so bad. Try to mirror match it and you'd time out so often. Alright, I like that one. AoE. Oh yeah. We're doing good now. Let's do his assist. I am actually going to do the AoE, and I'll tell you why. Gave me that defense penetration, which means when I bring in, I'm going to bring in Cassian here. This is what I normally do when I mirror match. I'll get that defense penetration up, and then I'll call Millennium Falcon to assist, and he never misses once you have that. Sometimes the other Millennium Falcon will dodge and whatnot, but I've found that if you do that AoE and get that defense penetration up, then bring in Cassian to remove all buffs. Now that only works if their Houndstooth doesn't have breach on you. If they have breach on you, then you can't remove their taunt. Doesn't matter in this case, because their Houndstooth is already gone. So I'll do this and do that, and that's what you do. Normally I do that to the other Millennium Falcons. Super easy. A lot of people, I don't know, have a hard time. I have not a hard time at all. You need Phantom coming in off the bench and or Cassian coming off the bench, and you beat everybody no matter how good their team is with Millennium Falcon. It just kind of depends on the situation which one you bring in first. Just got to know what to do there. It's not too hard. Alright, their fleet is done. I still got 3 teams up top. Now, we got this Night Sister team, and I'm going to use my Traya, Scion, throw Thrawn in there, and then, well, I'm not going to use my whole Imperial troopers. I will use Death Trooper and Range Trooper. They're pretty darn good. So hopefully that's enough to take this team out. I don't have a ton of AoE. That should be good. If Death Trooper gets to use his Death Mark to kill somebody, they won't revive. So we're kind of going on that. And then I'm going to isolate somebody. If you kill someone on isolate, they're not supposed to come back other than zombie. So we're kind of theory crafting here. It's go time. Grip it and rip it. What are we going to do? Let's fracture. Okay. Alright. Alright. Ooh, stop it now. Let's get that on her. Throw that to... Alright. Of course you would dodge that, wouldn't you? Let's get a big hit. Go to Scion. Already got held by Hatred up. That's good. Get a big hit. Bingo. Can't revive. Gotta love that. Try to get rid of Ventress now. I don't think that's gonna do enough. Well, let's try it. Yeah. But Death Mark. Ooh, Death Mark. Even though it wasn't on that hit, because she had Death Mark, she didn't come back. That's dope. That is awesome. Come on, range. Stay alive. No, it's gonna die, yeah. Come on. Stay alive. Come on, Death Trooper. Get rid of that taunt. Get it right back. Oh, man. It's not gonna do any good to isolate. Well, might as well. Come on. There you go, just die. Come on. Let's top off Traya. That'll get 1 point. Getting that full protection on there. Hey, only 51 banners. I will take that all day. With this defense that I'm having to go against, these mods I'm having to go against, I am loving it. I am one-shotting things, regardless of efficiency. If I take every one of these teams down on one attempt and I lose on efficiency, so be it. So be it. All right. Now, what do I want to do? I think I'm going to go after this Rogue One team with my Ewoks. I do love my Ewoks. One of my favorite teams. I usually use them as a hard counter to crew. If there's no weird stuff on that crew team, if it's just a standard first order team, Ewoks will eat them alive. They eat a lot of, Ewoks are amazing. They can take down bounty hunters. They can take down all kinds of stuff. It's kind of, once I use my 4 main metas, Ewoks are one of my next go-to on offense. They're great on defense too, because if you go soft on them, it goes bad real fast and you don't even get a turn. So, here goes everything. Let's go. Alright, let's get some turn meter going. Give that to Logray. Try to remove some turn meter, get some days going. That's great. Now we want to go after Jhin as fast as possible. We're going to hide Elder. The name of the game is Hiding Elder. Mass attack. If we get Jhin out of there, we're doing pretty good, because then they're out of revives, and we can then go after Cassian, because he's pretty weak too. Oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Baze is always kind of hard to kill, but let's get some offense going. There we go. Come on, Cassian. Alright, now what do we want to do? Let's go after Baze. If we go after Turret, he's just going to call Baze to taunt. Get rid of all that. Mass attack, mass attack. It's taunt. If we can get Baze out of here real quick, then we'll go after Turret. Then I think we can just auto Fulcrum. Yeah, let's hit auto. Alright, not too shabby. Shabby shabby. Ewoks are the bee's knees. 58 banners. I will take that all day. It's funny watching a bunch of these other people on live streams, like I said earlier, go in with like 2 or 3 characters. But when they do that, I've noticed that their opponents are not setting great defenses. And they can get away with that. This is not the case tonight for me. I mean, their bounty hunters aren't great. But other than that, these are some pretty sturdy teams. I mean, Rogue One's Rogue One. It's nothing major, but... Alright, we got one team left. One team. Z-Maul. It's my bugaboo. I hate Z-Maul. But, what do I got? So my best team is obviously Palpatine. I've also got Phoenix. I wonder if Phoenix is any good. Phoenix. Palpatine. Let's go Palpatine. Hope there's enough DPS to get that Savage out of there. Ooh, I still got Bastila. I'll take her. Bastila Fallen. Good stuff. Tarkin. TFP. I don't have any tank if I do that. I think this is okay. May not be the most efficient team, but I think I'll be okay here. Palpatine, you need to be better. Come on, man. Oh, sweet. Of all the things, I get days on everybody, negating all the turn meter from, let's get a stun. See if we can get some shocks, stuns. Alright. Let's try to get, because Dooku does that counter and it sucks. Let's try to stun. Hey, how about that now? Let's kill that. Ooh. Come on. Keep going. Oh, that is beautiful. I didn't think that was going to have enough off the bat. How about them apples? I didn't think it'd be this easy. If I'm being honest, I did not think it'd be this easy even a little bit. Man. I am pretty proud of myself that I just one-shotted everything. I was very nervous going into this one. If he beats me on efficiency, God bless him. He is the better man tonight. So I think I set a pretty good defense. Nothing spectacular. I mean, it's as good as I can make it and still keep enough teams to beat him on the first attempt on every one. I one-shotted everything. He hasn't gone yet. This is where the video is going to end, unfortunately. You'll have to wait till round 3 to see whether I won or lost and made it to the finals or not. But I tell you what, I am pretty proud of myself. Make sure he hasn't attacked anything. No, he hasn't attacked anything. I was pretty nervous. I called that perfectly, I think, by keeping my Revan for offense for the first time ever after seeing that General Grievous team. There was just one too many teams I'd have to beat. And I knew I needed my CLS to beat that General Grievous team. So then if I used my Traya counter to his Revan, that, I mean, I might not have beat 2 teams because I was able, because I kept my Revan to take out his Revan, I was able to split up my Treya that I normally use to counter Revens to take out Nest on one team and take out a Night Sister team that I don't think my normal, just vanilla Imperial Troopers would have done. So I feel pretty good about that. Anyway, that's it. This is round 2. We'll keep our fingers crossed that I actually won this. We'll find out. I'm sure I'll wake up in the morning and either be super happy or we won't be in the finals. But whatever. It was fun. I had a great time. This was a very hard battle for sure. I did better than I thought I would do. Splitting up my Treya team turned out to be, I think, the key. I think that saved the day right there. Just using Nihilus to get rid of Nest and then using the rest of the Triumvirate to get rid of Night Sisters. That turned out to be the key. So, alright, this was round 2, Grand Arena, Season 8. Thanks for watching. We'll wake up tomorrow and find out if I made it to the finals. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.